Let's talk about some news that came out late last night, and in a move to bring in more clarity in the insurance space, the IRDAI has issued guidelines on FDI and insurance firms. The regulator saying the total foreign investment, both direct and indirect, in Indian insurance companies cannot exceed the limit of 49%. We're being joined by Arijit Basu, MD and CEO at SBI Life. Mr. Basu, appreciate much you taking this call from Bloomberg TV India. Just a quick initial comments on what you're making of some of those comments coming from the IRDAI yesterday.
Good morning. This is actually the formal guidelines which have come from IRDAI because this had to be notified after the Insurance Amendment Act was passed, and the foreign control was very clearly mentioned. So what IRDAI has done is basically to clarify this, and this is essentially on expected lines. It has just clarified what are the areas in which Indian control would have to be exercised in an insurance company.
Right. Mr. Basu, I want to dwell a little further on that, the Indian control part of it, the ability to hire a CEO, the ability to name directors as well. Do you think as foreign partners who are looking to hike stake in some of the companies will find this a bit some amount of a hurdle, as they will, one point is not having 51% control, one part is not even having enough say in the board or business making decisions?
Two comments on that. One is, of course, each company has been set up differently. As far as we are concerned, we have an excellent relationship with Cardiff. They understand our perspective. And of course, now that these new guidelines have been notified on Indian control, I'm sure SBI and we would be discussing with them. But there is, it does not say that, foreign directors cannot be appointed. All it says is that the board of the company would have to be on the same page as this is concerned. So yes, this is something which has been clarified. I would look at it this way, that I think better to have clarity rather than, be in a state of ambiguity. So to that extent, it should benefit everyone. But how each foreign partner would view this would, of course, depend on the relationship that they have with their Indian promoter and how the company has been set up.
But are you disappointed that this could possibly be a bit of a dampener when it comes to foreign interest? Because, I'm just picking up on the point that Anupriya was making. The guidelines are saying that the Indian investor will nominate a majority of the board of directors, and each time a key management person is being named by a foreign investor, that has to go through the process of approvals by the board. Is that going to, both in terms of time as well as sentiment for a foreign investor, going to be a bit of a hindrance?
No, once you say that it is Indian owned and controlled, you must have certain principles in place which justify that. One of the clauses which has come out yesterday says very clearly that however key management persons may be nominated by the foreign investor, provided that the appointment of such key management person is approved by the board of directors, where the majority of directors would be Indian owned and controlled. So what it says is that you can bring in foreign expertise, you can bring in foreign directors on the board, but then the Indian ownership would exercise control over that. If that is not done, then effectively you are saying that Indian ownership is not there. So that is something which has already been announced by the government, and IRDAI is only following up on that. So I don't think there is any change in what has been promised earlier and what is now being rolled out by IRDAI. IRDAI's guidelines are exactly in line with the principles that have been set out by the government when they amended the Insurance Act.
All right, Mr. Basu, thank you for this clarification and insight as well. No devil in the detail, that's the word coming in from SBI Life on the IRDAI guidelines that have finally been notified on Indian control, as FDI is allowed to be hiked to 49% in the insurance business. All eyes and earnings now. I've got Hiral as well as Shell standing by. We're talking about Hero Moto as they kickstart the two-wheeler earnings. Hiral, let me start with you.